Hi, Mario.
Hello, good evening. How are you?
Okay, Baruch Hashem.
Good.
Hang on. I
So, what's new?
Oh, hang in there, huh? So did they ask you to be the chazan for Yontif, Mario? Huh? Huh?
What?
Did they ask you to be the chazan at Young Israel for Yontif?
Me? No, they didn't
Yeah.
ask me because my voice is too deep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a big job.
Oh yeah, and how? And how? Who they have for Yontif? They have a professional chazan? No.
Mine.
Who do they get?
You get a few people.
Okay.
Sometimes, many times it's Srika's son. He doesn't some of it.
Oh,
Eli. And
Ellie, yeah.
then Robert Klein.
Oh yeah.
And then a couple of the new guys. One guy is called Summit. And sometimes Simcha Man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know George Mann, his
Sure,
son.
I know Simcha, sure, very well. Right. Yeah.
In the past, Rabbi Klaus used to daven
Does he
a
still
lot
daven?
Yom Kippur, but
Does he
not now.
does he still daven by young Israel, right? He still always
Yeah,
davens, yeah.
but he's like another member of the shul. You know, he gave one drosh 3 weeks ago when the rabbi was out of town, but normally he doesn't speak at all. He gives the Daf Yomi, yeah.
Oh, good. So is the shul packed for Yontif? Yeah, all the seats are.
It should be.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
And are you going to shul or in your house?
In the house, just for about 12 people, but people that can't walk in the neighborhood, that's hard for me to walk to shul. That's why we limited it.
Okay.
My son did it. Just there's a few people that can't
So
walk.
who's going to daven, your son or you?
Well, my son, I won't daven. They have Newman, Solly Newman, and a couple guys daven nicely. We had it in the past during COVID. We had a few minyan up there. So
That's good.
yeah, Goldstein
That's good.
did. Beryl Goldstein it's hard for him, and then
Who?
Beryl Goldstein, he can't. It's hard for him to walk, and Rick Rich are also hard to
Yes.
walk. And then we have went to for your show. He walked. You know, what's his name? Silverman's brother-in-law. He walks. He's a walker. He
Oh, Sam
Hi, everybody.
Pepperman.
Yeah.
Hi, Harold.
Hey.
Hello.
Okay, we're on Lamed Aleph.
Lamed Aleph.
That
we said that
Harold, welcome back, Harold.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Okay, good.
we say
Yeah.
that a son respects his mother more than his father. Why? A mother doesn't, she gives him gifts. She's not strict with him like the father. Therefore, it's more natural for a son to be mechabed his mother because the father's so strict. So we have to be warned about kibbud av before kibbud ein. And galui v'adua lifnei mishamar v'ayolom sharben miser mavi yosmimo. Vice versa, a son is much more afraid of his father than his mother. The nation of Torah, and he has to punish him. That's where, when it comes to Mora, you have to be told to fear your mother more. Mora aim the Mora. Tani Tana Kamed Rav Nachman. Bizman Shada Mitzar Slavi Vesimo Amar Kodesh Baruch Hu. When a son is giving trouble to his parents, Amar Kodesh Baruch Hu Yafas Isi Shaladarti Minam. I made a good move that I didn't live with them. They would have shepherded with me too. Somebody thinks Hashem's not watching. Commits Averis. He's like pushing out the chairs of the Shechina. The throne is heaven, but my feet are on the ground. Person should not walk arba amos in a haughty way with his head high. Because Hashem is everywhere. And here's an important Gemara, because it seems to be the source for Yarmulke. Ravuna Breder Vishur Lamazgi arba amos begilui arosh. Ravuna didn't walk dalad amos without putting something on his head to cover. Because Omar Shechina Lamala Meroishi, the Shechina is above my head. Shmuel ben Almona Achatzis Rabbi Eliezer. A widow asked Rabbi Eliezer, Abba Omer Ashkini Mayim. The Imo Omer Ashkini Mayim. The father tells his son, give me a drink of water. And the mother says the same thing. Ezu mehem kodem. Amar le hanach kvod imcha b'asei kvod avicha. Sha'at avimcha chayav kvod avicha. You give the father to drink because both the child and the wife is mechubed in the covenant of the Baal. Baal of Rabbi Shua Amar lo kach. Amar Rabbi Nizgar Shamal. Rabbi Shua gave the same answer. What about if they're divorced? Amar Lebi bein risei necha nikar sheken almona ata. I see that you're an almana, you have no father. What are you asking such a kasha for? Because it's not halach l'maisa for you. It's like you're just trying to hear your voice. Because it's clear that if after a divorce and she is no longer required to be machabed her husband, so a child has the same chiyuv to give the mother the drink and to give the father the drink. One does not precede the other.
Rabbi Karupka, last time we learned this, Rabbi Karupka told a story where the husband and wife, they divorced, and then the wife died, and the father said to the boy he doesn't want him to say Kaddish for the mother. So there was a question if he have to listen to his father because it's a derisa, or the mother saying Kaddish, it's a drabonin. I can't remember what he said. What happened was he told the story. Rabbi Krupkin happens. That's actually what happened in his time.
Good question.
Yeah.
Darash lo Rabba Pischa de Benesiya. Maidich Siv, Yuduch Hashem Kol Malchei Aretz, Ki Shamru Imrei Ficha. What is this Imrei Ficha? Mamar Picha lo Nemei Alei Imrei Ficha. B'Shasham HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Anoichi v'lo Yelecha, Amru Mitzvah L'chvod Atzmo Darash. When they started off with the Aseret Dibros, and I am your God, you shouldn't have any other gods. The Goyim said, it's all for his own covet. Even Shamar Kabel Zaricha Vesimecha, they understood when they saw the later Dibros that they're all true. That's the Imrei Ficha. Rav Amar Mehacha Rosh Dvarcha Emes. What does that mean? Rosh Dvarcha v'lo Sod Dvarcha. Let me Sod Dvarcha Nikar Rosh Dvarcha Emes. From the end of the Aseret Dibros, which have logical commandments, we understand that the first ones are emes too. Boy menem Ravula. Ad hechan kibud aveim. How far does kibud av go? Amar lehem. Sura uru masa nechri echad b'Ashkelon. Look at what this non-Jew did in Ashkelon. The Dama ben Nesina Shmo. Pamachas bikshu chachamim prakamati b'shishim ribo schar. They came. They needed either jewels for the choshen. They needed some for $600,000. And the goods were behind a locked door, and the key was under a pillow, and the father was sleeping on the pillow. And the son didn't wake him up, even though he lost all that money. Look at what this non-Jew did for his father in Ashkelon. The Dama ben Nesina Shmo. They needed jewels for the choshen. B'shishim ribo schar. Rav Kahana Masli b'shmonim ribo. 800,000. V'hayim fatech munach tachas m'rosh solovim. And the key was under the pillow. The Lotzir didn't wake him up. L'shon acheres nasa kodesh baruch hu scharo. HaKadosh Baruch Hu rewarded him. Shenoldu lo paraduma bedro. A paraduma was born into his flock. Nichnasu Chachmei Yisrael etzlo. The Chachamim came in. Of course, they wanted to buy it. Amar lahem, Dama said, Yodeani bachem shemanim vakesh mikem. Kol momen shabolam atem noisim li. If I ask for all the money in the world, you would give it to me. Ella, einani mavakesh mikem ella osa momon shivsadi b'shvil kovet ab. I just want what I lost last year, the 600,000 that I lost when I was honoring my father. The Nochri, Kavod ben Avicha ben Imecha is not a mitzvah of Sheva mitzvahs b'nei Noach. And yet, that's his reward. Somebody who's commanded in Kibud Ava'im. And he does it, how much greater is his reward? Greater is the person who's commanded and does the mitzvahs than someone who's not commanded. Rav Yosef was blind. So Rav Yosef said, whoever would tell me that the halachas of Rabbi Yehuda, who said that a blind person is potter b'na mitzvahs, avidna yuma tov al-rabbona, I would have made a yontif because I'm potter for mitzvahs. It's a good thing. Because I wasn't commanded, yet I do the mitzvahs. Now that I heard this vort of Gadol mitzvah voice for Yosef and Misha mitzvah voice, other rabba, I would make a yontif if somebody tells me the halach is not like Rabbi Yehuda. This Dama ben Nesina was sitting with the golden robes, being Gdoli Roimi. Uvasa Imo, maybe the mother wasn't well in her head, who crossed Mimenu and tore the garments in front of all these people. V'tavchul al Rosh and touched him. The Yarkal of Afonov and spit in his face, v'lo chlimim. but he accepted it all without embarrassing his mother. So this David ben Nesina had a very strong koach of kibud avein. Sometimes a person will feed his father all the delicacies in the world, but it'll cause him to die.
Because he does it with resentment.
Yeah, because he's cheap. There's some people who grind, for hours the wheat, and he's mechabda with much cheaper stuff, but it brings him to Olam Haba. My son performs Mrs. Kibbut appropriately. He had 5 sons that had smicha. And he was an older man, the son. He would wait for his father at the door. And would run immediately to open the door for Omer, in. Yeah, I'm here, I'm coming right away. He didn't want his father to wait for a second. He wanted, the father needed a drink, but Adasa, meanwhile, Nimnem, he fell asleep. So the son bent over and remained in that position, Gochin Kolay Adis, until he woke up. Avimi Mizmar Lasaf. With that schus, he was able to darshan Mizmar La'asaf. He was given a reward. Arlav Yaakov Baravula Baik Gona Ana, the Ada Sinam Rav. He's saying he was praising himself, how much cover he gives to his father. Because until I get home, his Abba Madlili Kasa, his father would bring him a cup to drink, V'ima Mazgale and pour it. Now he didn't want to accept it from them, because he has to be Machabit his parents. Heichi Avid. You can accept it from your mother. But Mavicha to Kabel. Shekivin Dvar Torah Hu Chosha Daite. Because if you don't act with him in proper covet, it's going to be worse from the father. When Rav Tarfon's mother wanted to get into bed, he would bend over like a step stool, gachin v'solik lay, so that she could step on him to get into bed. When she get out of bed, same thing. Also because mishtabach be midrasha, he would praise himself in the yeshiva how much kibbud av he's doing. Unrelay, adayin lo igat l'chatzi kibbud. You haven't even done half kibbud. Klum zarka arniki, b'fanecha yilyam. She hasn't done a crazy thing and you haven't gotten upset, like taking your wallet full of money and throw it in the water, and not embarrassing her. Rav Yosef Kiamashama kal kari di ime. When Rav Yosef heard his mother steps coming close, Amr, I'm going to stand up in front of the Shechina. It's better that you didn't really see your parents, because it's so hard to be mechabit them properly. In fact, Rabbi Yochanan never saw his parents. When his mother got pregnant with him, his father died. Yaladato during childbirth, Mesa Imo. So they never had the issue, because they never had parents. Whereas Zaini, it's not so that Abai didn't have a mother. Many times Abai says, my mother told me. So Hahim Rabbanisavi, she was like a nurse or a maid. Ravasi Avaleahi Ima Zakena. Ravasi had an old mother. Armele Be'ina Takshitin. She says, I want jewelry. Avadla. He bought her jewelry. Be'ina Gavra. I want to marry a man. So the son said, Ni'aylach, I'll look for you. Be'ina Gavra T'shapir Kavosech. I want someone like you, handsome like you. So he realized that she was a little bit, maybe with dementia. Shavke Vazlar, so he ran away to Eretz Yisrael. Shaman Ka'azla Basrei. He heard that she was following him and also making aliyah. Also coming to Rav Yechlan. So he asked Rav Yechlan, Amalei Ma'alat says Eretz Yisrael Chutzlatz. Should I go and greet her? Amalei Asr. You're not allowed to leave Eretz Yisrael. Shal Lakreis Eva. What about to greet my mother? Amalei Eni Odeh. Asrach Porta. He waited. Hadar Asa. And he again, and then asked Rav Yechlan, Amarle Asi Nisratz Lot says, Mokum Yachzirech L'Shol. So you thought about it, and you want to go, so Hashem should bring you back peacefully. That's all you said. Also, Kamed Rabbi Lezer. He didn't really know what does that mean. Mokum Yachzirech L'Shol. Amarle Chas L'Sholom Dilma Mirtach Rotov. Maybe he's upset with me that I wanted to go. Amarle. What did he say to you? Amarle, Amakim Yazircha L'Sholom. Amarle, the Misa de Rasach Lavim Avarcha. If he was upset with you, he wouldn't give you a bracha. So his kavanah was to let you go to greet her. But Adahachi Vahachi, Shama Larona Dakasi. He heard that his mother's coffin was arriving. That meanwhile she had died. Amar Iyad Lo Nafki. If I knew that she had died, I wouldn't have gone out of Eretz Yisrael to greet her coffin. You have to respect the father and the mother in their lifetime and after their death. B'chayev ketzad, anishma b'dover aviv l'makom. Your father sent you as a shaliach. Lo yoymar shalchuni b'shvil atzmi. O miaruni b'shvil atzmi. Or patruni b'shvil atzmi. Eloku asu zos b'shvil abba. It's all, you're the shliach of the father. That's covered. B'moso ketzad, ayo omer dover shmo mipiv. Lo yomer kach amar abba, ela kach amar abba mori. Hareini kaporas mishkavo. V'hani mili toch 12 chodesh. That's within 12 months of his death. Mikan ve'elech omer zachreinu livracha l'chaim labo. So, Chayv l'chabit aviv gam lachar moso. Im Omar dover sheshomim mipiv Omar. Kach Amar Avi Moiri. Hareini kaporas mishkavo. You should say that within 12 chodesh. After that, you just say zachreinu livracha. The Ramon, the name of the Levush, says there's no difference between a father and a mother regarding that. Chacham, Mishana Shem Aviv. If a Chacham is going to refer to his father by name, he doesn't mention it by name. And also Shem Rabbo, he didn't call him his name. You should say Avi or Rebbe, but not by name. If you have to do it, you say Kach Amar Avi Moiri. Now Turgaman, Eina Mishana Lo Shem Avi V'Lo Shem Rabbo. The translator doesn't have to change the name. Now Avu Ademan. Ilem Avudim Turgaman. Are we talking about the father of Turgaman? Ato Turgaman Lav Bar Chiyuvu. He's also got to fulfill Kibud Avil. Amar V'Shem Aviv Shel Chacham, V'Shem Rabbo Shel Chacham. Meaning the father or the Rebbe of the Chacham was speaking and he's translating. Yihad Amar Avar Ashi Ki Avadarsh Bepirka. Iu Amar Kacham or Abba Mari. Rav Ashi would not say the name of his father, would say Avi Moiri. The Amoiram, the Meturban would say, Hachyam Rav Ashi, right? The son of Rav Ashi would not refer to his father's Rav Ashi, but the Meturban would. Torah Rabbanan Ezer Mor Vezer Kibud. What's the difference between Moira and Kibud? Moira means Lo Omid Bimkomo, don't stand where what was his makam to stand. Lo Yosheb, don't sit in his chair. Lo Yisoyses, don't contradict his words. V'lo Machrio, don't argue with him. Kibud Machil Umashke, you feed him and drink him. Malbish Machase, you clothe him and cover him. Machnis Umotzi, bring him into the house, take him out of the house. Okay, tomorrow we will learn at 7:30. Okay?
Okay.
Right.
Sure,
So,
sure, sure.